Good morning, 4C. Today we're looking at science, and I'm out in my backyard again. We're ready to do a science investigation. We're going to be doing the throwing, dropping, bouncing, rolling investigation. Just going over what's in these boxes here and what you need to do. It says, looking at the world, forces often work together. Whether they work with or against each other, they will both act at the same time to change the behaviour of an object. Different ways of moving objects can change the forces acting on them. Now the aim is to investigate the forces involved in throwing, dropping, bouncing and rolling and how they affect an object. Scientists note this investigation will measure multiple forces working at once. Now what you're going to need a balloon, a funnel, a cup, and some rice. Now before you go and get into your mum's pantry, make sure you ask. Don't tell Mrs. Burns that I've put the rice. Okay, now first thing we're going to do is get our balloon. You got a balloon there?
Yep.
Alright, and we're going to blow it up. So Olivia here is going to blow our balloon up without busting it. So just blow it up. Okay, now let the air out. Alright, so what we're going to do now is now it says 2 cups of rice. My balloons are pretty small, so I'm only going to put 1 in. I might not even get a whole cup in. So if you can't fit it all in, that's okay. Now what you do is, here's your funnel, you put your balloon, okay, on the end of your funnel like so, okay. I've got a big one, a big funnel here. You might have a smaller one. What have we got over here? Alright, so we're going to put our rice in.
Yep.
Now don't tip it all in, because like I said, my balloon's pretty small, so I'm not going to fit 2 in there, no way. So I'm going to give it a stretch. See, that's all going in now. So I'm going to put the rest in. Give it a bit of a shake. Make sure all that rice goes down. Okay. Oh, actually, that might just do us, hey? Just put the rest over in there. There we go. Right, okay. So, what we need to do now is tie the end of this balloon.
Yep.
You get mum or dad to do that. If you can't do it, find someone who can.
I can do that.
And maybe Mr. Burns needs to find his mum or dad to do it for him. Right. Right, finally, there we go. Okay, alright, so there we have our balloon filled with rice. Have a feel of that. What does that feel like?
Stress ball.
So it is like a stress ball, isn't it? Feel that? It's squishy, isn't it?
How do mine?
Okay, alright, no, we're not doing yours. Okay, so what you need to do now is go through this page here. Now the hypothesis is done for you. The hypothesis is, well, what is it that you're doing in this experiment? And you're going to discuss different forces acting in different ways will have different effects on an object. Make a prediction. So I think that, what do you think is going to happen if you throw this? If you drop this? If you bounce this? What do you think is going to happen? If you roll it? What are you going to keep the same? Well, it'll be this thing, won't it? The balloon with the rice. Call it a ball. The variable, what are you going to change? You're going to change how you release it and the amount of force you apply. What equipment? Well, we just went through all that. And what are you measuring? Well, we're actually just going to make observations because I don't really see how we can measure everything. Now, on this page here, you're going to draw some pictures. Hey, who wants to throw this?
Me.
Right. Hang on. Yeah. So, Olivia here, I want you to throw that. All right?
Where?
I don't know. Throw it against the fence over there. All right, here we go. Throw. Right, what do you notice about it?
It bounced off.
Bounced off. Okay, go get it. All right. You're going to do that 3 times. Okay, and just make an observation each time. Was it hard to throw? No. Did it go very far?
No.
Well, okay, all right. Okay, well, let's look at the next one. Next one we're going to do is dropping it. So drop it. What do you notice?
Bounced.
Did it? Do it again.
Oh, well.
Did it bounce? Bit hard to see there. Right, do it again. So what do you notice each time there? Okay, and you've got to draw a diagram on that. Okay, what's the next thing we're going to do? Bouncing. Does it bounce? Hang on. Get mine. Do it again. Yeah. Does it bounce?
No.
Not very well. Okay, all right. And what about rolling it? Have a go at rolling it. Yep. Okay. Oh, you're probably upside down there. Okay, and you've got a bit of a table here to fill out. All right. So just make some observations there, like it rolled really well or didn't roll very well. The important bit though is these pages here. This discussion, you get to talk. You talk about, or you write about what you found. Okay. So when I rolled the ball, it didn't roll very well. When I dropped it, it didn't bounce. It doesn't bounce very well. Okay. The force of gravity kept pulling the ball down. When you threw it, you applied more force and it went further. Okay. Then when you roll it along the ground. It's hitting the ground, and that's stopping the force. Okay, that you're imparting. And your conclusion, was your hypothesis correct? And how do you know? Okay, your hypothesis was different forces acting in different ways will have different effects on the object. Well, you applied different forces. You just dropped the ball, you threw it, you rolled it. Did that affect the ball differently? Okay, and just have a bit of a couple of sentences about that. Okay, so that's science for today. Thank you very much.